Hey there everyone, good evening. We got some data mine info, so that's what we're going to be covering in this video. I kind of figured this was coming, and we're just a few minutes away, honestly, from the release of Book 3. So this probably won't really be spoilery by the time it goes live, but either way, obligatory spoilers are here. So if you were concerned about that, rest assured. If you don't want to watch this video, that's totally fine. But we are going to be going over Air's stats, I guess. Neutral level 40, which is what you'll be getting at the end of Book 1. Or Book 3, Chapter 1, rather. And we're also going to find out what her effects and everything else are for that. And some enemy info as well, because it seems that though we have some different types of enemies that we haven't encountered before. So, spoiler warning over in 3, 2, 1. There she is. That is Air, Merciful Death. She is a flyer. She is a colorless dagger. We have to specify that now. But it's worth noting that her level 40 neutral stats, that's what it is going to be. Which, by the way, huge shout out to the data miners over at Game Press. You can see Xanax tag down there. They do fantastic work, and just thank you so much. So she is light. She is light oriented. She is res oriented. And she is a flyer, colorless dagger. Alright, so HP 35, attack 32, speed of 37, defense of 14, and res of 31. This is definitely a unit that you're gonna want to pick up. So finish the chapter for the love of Naga. It's worth it, I promise. She's probably going to be pretty useful in a lot of free-to-play guides too. I don't necessarily put those on this channel, but I do frequent some individuals. I know that Phoenix Master, if you're not familiar with him, he does a lot of great free-to-play guides, and I am beyond confident he will be using Air as well. So think twice about before you merge or you know, cipher off your Air, your free Air rather. So, like I said, HP 35, attack 32, speed 37, defense 14, and res 31. She's very res heavy, like you would maybe assume a flyer to be. Speed is very, very fast, and attack is definitely not too shabby. It's worth noting that it doesn't look like we have anything on her weapon yet. No, I don't see anything on her weapon in the data mine info just yet. So we may have to wait just a little bit to find more about that. But we do have the mythic effect. So her mythic effect is light boost of HP plus 5 and res plus 5. It grants allies this mythic effect during light season if the light blessing has been conferred and if this unit enters battle in ether raids with them. So the effect is light blessed allies boost the etheric lift acquired for successful attacks during light season. This boost is limited to the number of mythic heroes times the number of heroes with the blessing conferred times 10. During light season, this mythic hero will boost etheric lift acquisition for successful attacks depending on number of merges. This boost is limited to the number of times this unit has been merged times 1. So, merges do matter, as with most arena scoring and things like that we've come to love. Merges do matter, and it looks like it's going to boost the amount of lift that you get, which is an interesting effect. So, it's not so much stat heavy. Granted, I believe you do get the HP and res plus 5 boosts to those who have the blessing conferred. But if you send her into battle during light season, you're going to get the ether boost, the ether lift boost, which is pretty nice, honestly. That's definitely a way to get you ahead. The downside I think that we're going to run into is we have yet another game mode that's going to be slightly uneven. Based, you know, between the whales and the free-to-plays. So, there's that. But we are getting a free Air anyway, so I guess technically that's maybe okay. It's also worth noting that we got some information on Thracier and Leaf. Not really as to their origins necessarily, but I do see some images in the data mine that might lead me to believe that I was maybe a little bit correct in the 3.0 Fade channel review that I did. So I won't necessarily spoil anything with that, but if you want to check that out, feel free to watch that video. We got red flyers, we got blue flyers, we got green flyers, we got bow flyers, we got red fanfears, which is a flying red Manakate, in case you didn't know. Blue Fafnir and green Fafnir as well. We've also got red bows, blue bows, green bows, red thieves, blue thieves, and green thieves. So all of these units now that we're getting are kind of inclusive to the weapon pool that we've had. Those different colored green weapons and things like that. Red weapons, blue weapons, all the different bows and daggers and whatnot. Those enemy tags are happening now as well. So those are the stats. I mean, I guess that's kind of what we've got from the data mine. There's not a whole lot to cover. I'm sure we'll uncover more as time goes on, and we get a couple more smaller updates here and there. But everything I think we thought was coming is pretty much here. The blessings were no disguise. It's interesting that that's how they work with Ether raids. So I guess if you're not super concerned about Ether raids, then you don't really have to be too worried about the new blessings. But I think it's worth noting that what was going to be a nice little reward for free-to-play players, like the Grails, is now kind of like we're going to be stuck with, like, the whales are clearly going to have a bigger advantage here. Not that they didn't necessarily before, but I feel like Ether Raids was kind of on a semi-even play field. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, it is what it is. They're trying to get up revenue. Heroes has been falling for a little bit, so last 2 months have not been super impressive. Revenue-wise, not that, you know, millions of dollars in take-home is a bad thing, but so she's a flyer. That's really interesting. I like that. I guess from the weapons we saw during the trailer that we would kind of assume she'd be a dagger user. If you want to try and summon for her, I think anything in an attack, speed, or res boon is what you're going to be looking for. Defense Bane, you know, Defense Banes are what they are. HP, you're probably okay if you have an HP Bane as well. But the boons you're definitely going to want are the attack and speed, and then of course res. Res is pretty high too, so she could be a res tank as well. Pretty decent mage killer, I think, is what we've got with Air. But that's that. That's what we got. That's what we're moving into with Book 3. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it here. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. This is our new heroine for Book 3. Hooray! Hooray for heroes! She's a babe. I don't care what you say. Are we really never going to talk about the fact that we just killed off Sharina? We're not going to talk about that? We're just done with it forever? Still upset. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. I have been hitting you guys with video after video after video tonight, so I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.